Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use, like an answer to the question, why was Chris 6 minutes late for this live stream? Because he was talking about a gadget that Diana needed to have. That's right. She wants to bring a piece of technology into our home. Hun, would you mind? She's folding laundry right now, multitasking, paying attention to everything that's going on here. I think she's trying to score brownie points because she really wants this gadget. And I'm not going to fight her on it because I think it's certainly got a place, and I think every geek and nerd out there would say, why don't you want to give your wife gadgets? It's not that. I like gadgets, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that I had no idea something like this even existed, nor do I know why we need this. Okay, so now that I've set it up, Diana's still pregnant. She's showing no signs of contractions or anything. As far as we know, she's going to be pregnant for the rest of her life. I don't know what's going to happen with this. So, Hun, would you don't have to move necessarily, but speak up and tell people which gadget we need to have.
We need a baby wipe warmer.
A baby wipe warmer. Hun, I didn't even have baby wipes.
You had cloth.
Cloth? God, I would have dreamed of cloth. I had masking tape. You know, you peel out. Hang on. I'll show you how to do it. This is how Mom used to do it. She used to use masking tape. You just peel it away, and you just do this. You know, like, you kind of
Take the peel off.
Take everything off. Look at that. Look at that. I got a clean lens. Of course, it's going to destroy my view there. Masking tape is what Mom used. I didn't use it, but a baby wipe warmer.
Yeah, imagine how happy you would be as a baby.
She's a salesperson. How happy would I have been? I tell you what, I had cloth diapers. Not the kind of soft cloth that we're lucky to have now. I'm talking like sandpaper cloth. Why do you think I don't like wearing anything that it just feels like... I'm wearing my Dia de los Muertos shirt here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. See, Dia de los Muertos. Day of the Dead. It's one of my favorite holidays that's not a holiday that I celebrated when I was growing. I just like the design of the skeletons and everything. Plus, I'm a Grim Fandango fan. Cannot wait for that video game reboot. Anyway, new gadget view. Potentially, we'll be getting in here a baby wipe warmer. Parental gadgets. I'd say this show's gone to hell, but I think it's always been there, quite honestly. Let me go ahead and thank the 926 patrons as of today. 74 away from 1,000. And we're trying to do more. We're just trying to figure out what more the patrons in the community at large might want from me. Hello, my nomies. You're all my nomies. Even the people that, don't really know they're my nomies. You're my nomies. So welcome, and thank you for watching this broadcast. We have the Dynamic Dev Power Bundle. Now, I know you may be a fan of Barnacle Nerdgasm, and he's coming over, I believe, this weekend with his friend, who's a part of the 501st. So we'll be doing we plan on doing another Geek Out live here in the home with Barnacle's Nerdgasm this weekend. But if you don't want to wait to learn from him in terms of programming and how he wants to teach you, we have the Dynamic Dev Power Bundle. You can become a game, app, and web development master with over 170 hours worth of content. 170 hours worth of content. To learn to become a developer, and we've got it on sale right now for you at deals.lockergnome.com. Oh boy, I'm really topping out, aren't I? Do I sound loud? My microphone seems to be kind of off the charts. If I do, please tell me so in the stream of the live comments that I might be reading here as we're live streaming. Anyway, thank you for supporting us there at deals.lockergnome.com. Just trying to save you some money and keeping your lifestyle geeky. Netflix now allows you to privately recommend TV shows to your Facebook friends. Let me just come out and say this. I don't care what you're listening to. I don't care what you're watching. I don't care what you've seen. I just don't care. Don't tell me. Don't tweet anything. Don't Facebook share any. Don't. If you want, ask me first. Hey, do you want to know what I watched last night? No, is typically the answer, because you know what? Our tastes are probably radically different. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to know what Diana watched. And I love her. You know what I'm saying? Like the friends, I just watched this on this channel. Who cares? I mean, maybe the networks care. Maybe the television, the show producers care. But I don't care. even for my friends, I don't want to know what they watch because, quite honestly, it's like following my friends throughout social. I follow them, and I have friends and people that I've known and colleagues and people that I respect in the space. But people wonder why I tend not to follow the people I know on, say, Instagram or YouTube, potentially, because they can't shoot photos to save their life, and they suck at video. And I'm not even that great at video. I hate video editing. Why do you think I like doing a lot of my videos live? But I'm saying that a lot of my friends, the people that I know, the people that I respect, the people that I'm connected with, people I would consider friends or are usually labeled as friends in social media, they suck. Their photos are boring. Their videos put me to sleep. I'm interested in them as a person. I'm just not always interested in the things that they're producing. I tend to follow artists. So I tell you what. You're an artist, you create unique things that happen to catch my eye. If you happen to do Dia de los Muertos stuff, Star Wars stuff, Lego stuff, toy stuff, I'll probably be interested in following you in social. But if you're my friend, I'm probably not going to follow you. It's just, I'm just telling you right now, and if this destroys our friendship, man, improve the way you take photos. I suck at taking photos sometimes. I took a photo of the meatloaf, the bacon wrapped meatloaf last night, but I think I could have done a better job. Diana's father, their parents are currently here. We're waiting for Diana to give birth, quite honestly. We're all just sitting around Diana, just following her around the house. It's kind of getting annoying for her, to tell you the truth. But her father made this bacon wrapped meatloaf. It'll be a video in her YouTube channel if you want to learn how to make it. It seems to be very, very simple. It was very, very tasty, wonderful to have. And I took a picture of it, labeled it, food porn and everything. And I could have done a better job. I know I could have done a better job with that photo. So I apologize for the sucky photos that I've put out there. So I do not want to know what you watch. Just assume this. Now, maybe you have a targeted recommendation for me. I'm always interested in that. Someone says, hey, Chris, you like Doctor Who. Therefore, you might also like this show because I got into it because of X, Y, and Z. It's more personalized versus just, I watched Magnum P.I. And this, to me, this is just, that's just a part of the noise in social media. I don't care what you're listening to. I don't care what you're watching. You've literally, I believe literally, I'm not just saying figuratively, I feel you have literally wasted 2 of my brain cells on processing or needing to process what you've watched or listened to I don't care about. Unless you're like Diana, you change the channel in my workshop and then walk away for 4 hours. And then the next thing you know, I know everything there is to know about the Real Housewives of God knows where.
No, I've been leaving it on the food channel.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Is that for me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what's better than the food channel?
What?
Food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to leave anything, thank you. I appreciate the help there, but food, generally a good thing. Food channel, why would I want to watch food? I don't understand. No, I'm not the demographic.
Yeah.
So anyway, Netflix now allows you to privately recommend TV shows to your Facebook friends. I still don't care. I love you. I respect you, but I just don't care. Android. Big deal, right? We know of Android as this amazing platform, not going away anytime soon. You know that there have been a handful of Android game platform plays in recent years, and I don't think that's going to slow down anytime soon. That you might have heard of the Ouya. I believe we played with the Ouya in this office workshop here with Creighton. He had visited with his Ouya. I had backed it and then later sold it because I was not very happy with the Ouya. And apparently Ouya is in talks to sell Ouya to either a Chinese internet giant or maybe even somebody else. So Ouya, or the people who founded Ouya, are ready to get out of the game. Oh, didn't mean to give that a play on words. You okay, hon? Mm-hmm. Oh. You were checking your phone. I didn't know if that was a pregnancy app, if you felt something that you were trying to verify. Maybe you just had gas. I don't know. This is not what I do. I mean, this is more what I do, really.
Yeah.
I don't have gas professionally, so I can't really speak to that. I do that on my personal time. Should do that on my personal time?
No, do it professionally.
You know what? If I could make a career out of making gas, I would do it. Totally do that. I'd monetize that. Turn them into ringtones. Burp tones, fart tones. I'd do that. Bodily noise tones. That's what I'm That's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to quit whatever the hell it is that I'm doing and then move into that. So, Ouya. I don't know if anybody else was a fan of it, but it may be going a different direction at some point in the future. I think Android is a great platform for a potential, like a game system or environment, and Google's kind of making that play with their what version of Google TV are they on? What are they calling it now? I don't know. Google has tried so many times with the TV and trying to get Android there. I've got a Google TV. I use a Google TV almost every single day. I really think it's one of the better TVs I've ever had a chance to use. But it's Google's already moved on, and they're going to be incorporating gameplay with an Android device here, and you can throw it up onto the TV screen. So it makes sense that Google would be at the heart of that. But here's what I would want from that, honestly. Right now, I've got a Google TV that's made by somebody else. I would want a Google branded TV, kind of like a Nexus TV. Because then I would feel more comfortable in buying into that ecosystem, feeling like I wasn't going to be abandoned by a manufacturer who was late on software updates and just kind of fell behind the curve. And I kind of feel that way when it comes to software and hardware experiences when they're kind of combined that way. So Ouya may be up for sale. I guess they thought like me. I got the Ouya. I'm like, oh yeah, no. I sold it. I wasn't a fan. Liked the idea. Didn't like the execution, and I understand that it improved over time, but also didn't really improve over time, and I was ready to kind of move on. The next thing I want to, I'm thinking about twitching, not physically. I'm talking about using Twitch and streaming some kind of video game thing, classic gaming somehow. But I don't want to. I really don't want to spend money on a PS4 or an Xbox One. I almost said 360 to just to Twitch. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Although my brother Ben, I should give him a call. He's been having massive problems with his PS4s. He's had how many? 2 or 3 PS4s? He's almost on his 4th one or something like that. He's had nothing but software problems, time after time after time. So I don't know if they keep handing him refurbs. I don't know what the deal is. But Ben, my brother Ben, you might have met him before through the vlogs. I don't know if he's ever been in a live TLDR broadcast. He has a PS4, and I don't know. I was happy with the Xbox 360. I'd probably float the Xbox One direction as opposed to the Xbox One direction.
They have a song called Diana.
Xbox?
No, One Direction.
There go 2 more of my brain cells. Some people don't. I mean, we're playing. This is us playing here. We play to tell them we play around.
I'm gonna start crying.
Her poor mom. She doesn't speak English. Well, I think she understands a little bit of English in context, but she doesn't know that Diana said that she's going to cry unless she understands crying. And her dad's over there. Kidding. Their family's watching. My family's gone. They were smart. They avoided me when I'm on the internet. Apple has also released the OS X Yosemite Developer Preview number 7. I expect, as I had mentioned in an Apple focused live TLDR last week, I believe, that I believe Apple will be shipping Yosemite, the next version of OS X, major version of OS X, within a week, easily within a week of the upcoming announcements next week. Now, this is the thing. September 9th is coming with Apple announcements. I hope to be doing something on September 9th live on this YouTube channel. Of course, we do a daily vlog every day as well. I expect Yosemite to ship within a week because it's getting towards the end of the cycle. There's been a public release of at least a beta for Yosemite. Everything looks about as polished as it possibly could be. I'm not expecting any massive surprises with Yosemite when they do finally unleash it. I do expect it's going to be a free upgrade for those who do have Macs that are compatible with Yosemite. I do plan on upgrading to Yosemite on my classic Mac Pro, although I know I need a new system at some point. I've just been waiting. Now that Intel has got their Core i7, they're on the 4th gen, or at least at some point in the near future. I'm sure the Mac Pros will be upgraded. Granted, they're not on Core i7s, but maybe it's a possibility that I'd be able to get away with just replacing this with an iMac. Maybe when they make a 4K iMac, maybe that's when I upgrade the primary system back here. Instead of using, this is not a great widescreen monitor back here, but it's not necessarily something that I think I'm going to be with for the foreseeable future, or at least over the long haul, because the Mac Pro is It's time. I'm ready to move on. It's just I've been waiting for that system to just be perfect price for me, perfect timing, perfect technology again for me. Perfect is relative because what's perfect for you is not perfect for me. You got to keep that in mind. But Yosemite is right around the corner, and so at this point, I'd probably wait until the next gen comes out, and then I'm like, okay, maybe now. Every once in a while, I mean, the notebook computer, I think, that I'm using to power this particular live stream, I think I can wait a few more generations. I probably about 2 more generations with the 15-inch display MacBook, Retina MacBook. This was the first Retina MacBook that they had released. I could probably wait a few generations in the future until it's twice as fast, and then upgrade, and everything gets a little easier for me to do. Including this is my primary video cruncher, and the faster I can export video, or import, or process, or do anything, the happier I am, because again, it's all about saving time, not just about saving money. Microsoft, there we go. So I've hit Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, all the biggies. Microsoft is lifting a 2 gigabyte file size limit for some OneDrive users if you're using Microsoft OneDrive. They also today released an update to the Office software for the iPad, which I am running on Office 365. Previously, you could only get an annual subscription through an iPad for Office 365, which is what I'm on and I'm happy with. But now you'll be able to get just a monthly subscription to Office 365, and so you can try it, see if you like it, and then kind of roll forward from there. I think Office for the iPad is honestly the biggest boon for the iPad in this year. Because a lot of people who are used to Microsoft Windows are using Office. They see the iPad as just a consumption device. Well, now you got Microsoft Office on there. Of course, I'm a big Google Drive fan. In fact, this particular presentation behind me, which will be updated on the 10th, is running. This is a Google spreadsheet, or I'm sorry, Google presentation, also known as Google Slides, also available for free on Android, of course, and on iOS as well. This is a web presentation. It's pretty much the only presentation software that I use. Even though I like Keynote and the way it does things, I'm a big fan of this. Let's see here. I'm just looking at some of the comments coming in during the... It's fine on my end, but I do have my volume low. Oh, nothing. Okay, everything's good. No one's really saying that they're having problems. I may be having problems. I wouldn't know it until I'm done. NASA is working on an automatic traffic control system for drones. First commercial drones expected in 2015, specifically with agriculture, which is a big deal for those who live in ag-driven economies. And I think it's a perfect use case for drones. The ability to press a couple buttons, program it, and have it do what normally a human would do. That would save the human time and resources and energy, and save costs in the process. Instead of having to do things the way things have always been done, I think this is a perfect example of where drones could fit in society. Moving forward, I don't think I would expect to see a day where we've got drones flying everywhere. It could happen. I suppose I would take a drone-driven delivery service. I don't think I'd mind that, like pizza, flown to the door. That'd be kind of neat. Although I would still be a little weirded out. Your pizza's here. Drops it. Splashes. Cheese goes all over the place. It's crazy. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt. If I did interrupt the name back there, did not mean to do that. I'm curious to know where you guys and gals might think that drones would start showing up. I mean, beyond agriculture, it makes sense. I'd imagine there's plenty, if we haven't already seen it to this point, plenty of military applications, certainly where it can save lives, give us a view that otherwise we couldn't get to. And I think there's I don't know if this was, because it's a fuzzy space right now in terms of what you can and cannot do with a drone. And I guess someone flew a drone to see the Apple mothership that they're building. They're building the new Apple campus down south. And so a drone flew and saw like the preliminary stages of that particular building. But see, I would worry about just kind of I'd keep circling in those circular buildings. You couldn't get lost. You're just always, it's just infinity, just around and around and around and around. One infinite loop. So I don't know if that's where it's going to be. Exactly. Well, of course, that address is already taken, but Here's an interesting little bit of news, and it's ready in preliminary stages. That's the word of the day, preliminary, I think. Tox, T-O-X. It's a secure, open source P2P messaging system that appears to be somewhat of a Skype alternative. Tox, T-O-X. And this is something that people are building in their spare time, and anonymously by and large. I believe the code is on GitHub, so you could download it and try it for yourself. They have various clients on various platforms: Windows, I'd assume Linux, OS 10, even Android, and iOS versions currently not available. But we were talking about this yesterday, talking about chat protocols and chatting back and forth with friends. I like the idea of a Tox more than I do an idea of a system that's controlled by someone or some entity that you have no connection with. I'd rather go through a more BitTorrenty, because BitTorrent also had that chat, or I guess it's an alpha or private beta at this stage. But the idea that it could be anonymous, or that you're not going through one entity or another, a commercial entity with commercial interests, specifically for anything related to communication. Not that I communicate anything that's anything incredible. I mean, I think what was the last thing I texted you, hon? Where are you? We're walking over to this store. Went to a mall the other day. Grabbing lunch.
Setting alarm.
Setting, yes. So so we are grabbing lunch. That's interesting. Maybe some people are interested in that.
Oh wait, no,
that's
that
not.
was our group.
Oh, that was the group.
Let me just find you.
Okay, it's okay, hon. That was that.
The last thing was I sent you a picture of a snail.
I sent you a picture of a snail. I said that.
No, I did.
Oh, you sent me a picture of a snail. See, it's just not that interesting.
That was really interesting.
It was very interesting. My bad.
Want to see it?
I think I want to see it.
No, do they want?
Oh, do they want to see it? See, Diana's not kidding. That's the worst looking snail I've ever seen. Hang on, give me a second. I can't. Hang on. Wait for it.
That we saw it on our walk.
Yeah, this is. I think it's a slug, hon.
Well, the next one's a snail.
No. The next one's Star Wars figures.
To the right.
I like that. Why don't you show me that? Oh, there we go. It's DSL. She did. She sent me a picture of the snail. There you go. You wanted to know what we text about. It's as exciting as it gets, really. And this is what happens on a slow news day. Cassie Lowe says, apparently the Note 4 announcement is tomorrow. See, I think that's going to be interesting. Let me go ahead and kick in the screensaver. It's going to be interesting because of timing, right? There have been rumors about Apple's new products and what they're going to be, and I really, I don't like a lot of rumors, and I don't like it when my screensaver doesn't kick in. So the idea that Samsung would be jumping the gun to release something a week or so before the Apple announcements makes sense to me. If they're going to do it, that'd be the time, because then they can come out and say they can throw some other widget in there, and then if Apple rolls out the same widget, they'll say, "Hey, we had the widget first." Bragging rights, they're getting it out there ahead of time, because come September 9th, everybody's going to be talking about Apple. It always happens. It's just the way it's going to be, and if you don't like it, you should probably get offline for the day. Because everything's just going to be, all the air gets sucked out of the room. It's just Apple. Whether you like Apple or not, that's just, a lot of people do, apparently, and it's a driving force. So I will be talking about Apple that day, and if that offends you, that's your problem, not mine. It's kind of like if you're bored, that's your problem, not mine. I don't know what else to tell you, except that apparently I don't have it. This is not. I don't know if this is a rumor, Cassie. This is a possibility, but it would stand to reason that a lot of manufacturers that aren't Apple would try to squeeze in announcements as quickly as they can with anything they have, even if the product's not ready to go, even if it's not fully fleshed out, anything like that, before Apple's announcement, so that they're not caught behind the curve. They're ahead of the curve. So at least they got it out there and could enjoy a day in the limelight and then be potentially compared to in the future. If Apple does make a larger iPhone screen, I would expect it to be compared to a lot of phablets that have been out there, like the standing Note 3. And the Note 3 is a good product. It's one of the better Android products that I've had a chance to use. Certainly one of the better Samsung products that I've had a chance to use. You know, I like the screen. I've mentioned that even in the review. So I don't know if I could get used to using a screen that size every day, but you know, sometimes you just don't know until you try. So I don't know what Apple's going to do. There have been where there's smoke, there's fire is the saying, and even I've kind of thrown it around. Suggestions that Apple's going to be going that direction, but nobody knows, and so I can't even make a decision. It's difficult for me to say which way I'd go until I know what I'd be deciding. You know, deciding your path based on a rumor. It's kind of like buying a product with the promise of what it might be a year from now. You buy a product because in a year they're going to push down an update that does X, and then they never do. Well, why buy a product that's going to be great a year from now? Buy the product for what it is today. Otherwise, you're wasting your money. And then you get frustrated and you're disenfranchised. Well, it's your fault. If you bought the product based on a promise that had not yet been fulfilled, what did you expect? It's kind of like believing in a rumor and then getting upset at the company that didn't spread the rumor, that never claimed to have a product or a service. What are you getting mad at them for? They never promised anything. That's what always upsets me about people who believe in rumors. Like even last week when Amazon was purchased by Twitch. I'm sorry. The other way around. Twitch was... You okay, hon?
Yeah.
Okay. You just had this look of consternation on your face. I didn't know if you were contracting.
Well, we're out of hangers.
We're out of hangers? You know why?
Why?
We need a hanger warmer.
No one commented on my wipe warmer?
No one commented on your wipe warmer?
Yeah.
No, hon. This is... The geeks really don't... I was trying to make the connection for you, hon, but I don't think it worked. I know you're...
I feel like I'm trying hard to sit at the popular table. It's not working.
How does it feel? Diana voted most favorite, class favorite.
Class favorite.
4 years in a row. And look at where it got you. You too can achieve your dreams. Anyway, I think that, I think I've said pretty much about everything I needed to say, at least today. There's a lot of news that's out there. It's probably been covered a million different times. I don't always choose to spend my time covering stories that have been covered ad nauseum. There's a lot of good stuff to cover. I am not the end-all be-all resource for everything and anything. So certainly I hope you enjoy other bits of news that are shared throughout social. And I think that's really all I needed to say. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I almost forgot. Hun, you almost forgot to tell him. This is the last product view of the day. This is a custom Star Wars diaper bag. See, it's custom made. Look at that. So when Diana needs to change the diaper... What? I think it wasn't supposed to be there. When Diana needs to change the diaper, she can.
No, that's for you.
For me to carry for you. And so I can carry this without any, animals and pink or blue and light colors that just don't match me. Yeah. I can carry this and look, and people be like, whoa, where'd you get that? What is that? Is that a backpack? I'm like, no, it's a diaper bag. Yeah. See, I can put the dirty diapers in. You don't put the dirty diapers in here, do you? Is that what it's for?
No, but your mom made a great suggestion of using doggy bags to seal in the smell.
Oh, but
in case there's not a trash can around.
That is a good idea. This is going to be my hospital overnight bag too. Custom built, custom made. Very, very nice. The geekiest diaper bag I was able to find right there. That's the product, the second product view. Very happy. Obviously, it's got Darth Vader and Yoda, C-3PO, R2-D2. What do you think about you got Yoda? I'm Vader. What if the child is an R2-D2?
R2-D2 is cute.
That's what I'm saying. We could make the child... See, does that give away the sex? No, it does not. No one really knows if R2-D2 is a boy or a girl.
That's true.
There we go. R2, by the way, is not the name of our child. We really don't... We have the name, but we haven't... It's not official until... D2 is not the name. It's not. There's Luke, an X-Wing, the Rebel insignia, the Imperial insignia, and the Star Wars diaper bag. That is the end of TLDR. Thanks again. Appreciate all the support y'all give. All my nomies out there. boy or girl, male, female, all across the board. We love you all. Oh, and by the way, before I close out, Liz Bradshaw says wipe warmers are awesome for little babies.
Aw, Liz is always on my side.
Yeah, everyone's on your side. No one's on my side usually. Cassie says, I totally agree, Chris. Promises don't mean a lot in tech. In the new iPhone, if the new iPhone doesn't do much more than my current one, it's not worth it to me. Exactly. Wipe warmer would be good in the winter, says Ephraim Queehee. I never knew how to say Ephraim's. This is what Diana's arguing. A wipe warmer. What will they think of next? You know what? Here's everybody's challenge. You find the most bizarre baby gadget out there.
That's a fun challenge.
That one's about as bizarre as I've seen. That's, honey, you gotta admit that's weird.
No. You want for your child what you didn't have.
Well, I didn't have a lot. There's a lot I didn't have. And we turned out fine. Wipe warmer. I don't even have a toilet seat warmer.
Ooh, a towel warmer.
They have those. Those aren't that bizarre.
Floor warmer.
A what?
Like
A floor? No, the floor, they bake it out into the floor. We don't want that. That's a little too much. Yeah, it's overkill. Let's just keep it at baby wipe warmer. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you have a good day or good rest of your day. At this point, I'm going to close out and do my second live video of the day. I do 5 deep dive Q&A videos separately in this channel. 4 of them every week are exclusive to patrons. 1 is public. The one that was public was yesterday, talking about Doctor Who. Capaldi's Doctor Who. Today's Q&A with you and me is, would you spend your life savings to stay young? Interesting question. And I have a thought. Diana's, she's already going. Her wheels are. I can see her wheels spinning. I can hear them. She hasn't upgraded her wheels yet. She needs new ball bearings. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.